I think the environment has to be changed.
What we're saying is have a heart.
We've got to be able to regenerate our
There'll be people who are kind, people who are cruel, but that's life. You can be passionate about videos. I'm fine with that.
What's wrong with Singaporeans?
We do spend a large amount of our national budget, about 20% or $12.3 billion on defense. I think we're second only to Israel in the world in defense spending. Do you think that's justified and well spent and necessary? Difficult to say. All right.
Oh, that was open to the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think so. Definitely not. I mean, Singapore is not in a position of Israel. I mean, Israel has countries that are very hostile to it that wants to eliminate it, you know, from existence. But Singapore does not have that. So, Singapore definitely is a very different security condition.
But though we have to plan for the future in case we get trampled, it's not that you're only in trouble, therefore you should have an army, right?
Well, okay, in the first place, let me state that my own view is that I am against NS as it is now in Singapore. I'm not against national service. I'm against national service, which is conscription in Singapore in the first place. So while defending the country is a worthy cause and it's an honorable cause, but I think that we should have a voluntary army instead, an army that operates based on free market principles.
Will that be sufficient to get the numbers that we want and the training that we want?
I like the question, will that be sufficient? A free market model essentially means it's a capitalist model, right? And we have a free market economy and market forces at work. And I think capitalism, we have seen how capitalism has worked, you know.
I think making money is easier for people to want
No,
to
it's not
do.
so much about money per se, it's more about where the market itself can let supply equals to demand. So you don't need to force people. And
what makes you think that we will get enough people? Would you volunteer?
I love my country, but I do not think that forcefully drafting people to the army is the way. Will I volunteer? I'll volunteer to defend my country, but I do not think I'm best suited in a combat mission. Right, and I think we should let people decide what role they want to do as well. And if in the scenario that maybe not a lot of Singaporeans don't want to step out to this role, let's say someone attacks Singapore, then I suppose if not a lot of people want to defend Singapore, then it is not worth defending at all.
Defense is a difficult question because a lot of people may not be equipped to defend the country. It's not a matter of whether they want to defend the country. If you're attacked, then what happens if nobody is operationally ready to defend the country? Can I ask you this question?
Okay.
You are now a student.
Mm-hmm.
When will you be due for national service?
2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you join the army or the air force or the armed services?
I will. Well, if tomorrow we have a foreign aggressor attacking Singapore, I will want to defend Singapore because if I'm not very happy as it is now by law, but I will not want to give up my citizenship and run away because I want to change my country. Like I said, I do not feel that I'm best suited for a combat mission, but I can play other roles as well. Yes.
So if we were not under attack, you wouldn't want to volunteer. That is a problem, isn't it?
No, it's not a problem because in a free market system, you only serve others, the common good, by serving your own self-interest. Again, that is the whole idea of capitalism, the whole idea of free market.
So when you talk about free market, it's interesting that you want to pay people to join
yes,
the army.
Indeed.
So, but what kind of commitment are we talking about? That people join the army because of wages and not because of commitment to the nation.
Do we not pay lawyers? Do we not pay doctors? Do we not pay every occupation ever we pay? If you're talking about honor, I see no honor in when you're not making a choice to actually join the army, but in fact you're being forced to do so. I really think there is no honor in that.
No, but I think to be
go ahead.
I think to be a soldier, to be fighting for a country entails some sacrifice. I reckon to be an engineer or lawyer, you don't have to die for your country, right? Not likely anyway. But to be a soldier, you have to die for your country. I mean, there's a likelihood rather of dying for your country.
And so,
I mean, it's therefore not about money. At some point, it's not about money.
And if you want freedom, freedom comes with a cost. So do you expect other people to defend your country, or would you stand up and defend your own country in the armed forces, not in other professions? If you want that freedom, who do you expect to defend that freedom for you?
of course you defend your own freedom. And the state can never be the one protecting an individual's freedom, which is, well, what is the purpose of NS in the first place? Defending Singapore, right? Defending Singapore's sovereignty. Am I right? But I don't get the notion that it's completely ludicrous that if we want to defend Singapore's sovereignty, we then, take away each individual's sovereignty as well.
More than half of our defense forces comprises of NS men. So if you take that half away, I think we do not have the kind of defense that we need.
Oh, I'm sure that we will have if we adopt, the free market system, right? Where you pay with soldiers competitive salaries.
Can I now ask those? There are 5 of us here who have served the national service. How do you feel about having to be conscripted?
I think national service is a good thing.
Why?
Because I used to be in the combat missions. So
When you were first called, were you happy to go in?
actually not.
You're not
Because
happy?
I'm leaving my parents behind.
Okay.
2 weeks without seeing them.
Alright.
So after that, after my BMT, I realized this is where I belong.
What made you change your mind?
The training, that's in the training, the outfield, and then where I having my parade as a POP, we call that POP pass out parade, and then I see my parents over there, I feel honored and have the glory to stand and protect my country.
So that was the beginning of your 2 years, 2.5 years.
Yes.
And after that, what was your experience?
After that, yeah, quite happy.
Are you sure?
Because we suffer together. I suffer with my friends and my camp.
Okay. How about you?
Yeah, actually I have the same feeling as him. When I was first called up, I was like pretty upset. Like, oh, my time has come.
What were you doing when you were called up?
Yeah, I was actually working quite well in a hotel line. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So actually when the letter came,
You were flaring, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You're quite a popular
Yeah.
bar. So we did all those
Yeah.
kinds of things, alright?
So I was like quite upset. Yeah, but because it's like everyone had to go through by law, and so I just went through it. So after actually the first month, I actually realized that actually national service is quite a good character building thing for a youth which going into adulthood.
Like your character needed building?
No, it's not that our character needed building. We can actually learn to adapt, and then we can get along with people from different environment, different backgrounds, and then we kind of like bond together. Yeah, so we actually have this like bonding as a friend, as a buddy. So we will do everything together. So we will not try to do anything that will sabotage anyone. Yeah, it's that kind of
What were you in? Which part? What were you doing in the army?
Oh, I was actually doing the SCDF. Yeah, it's kind of like different from the combat field. We kind of like save life, and we go into firefighting.
Civil defense.
Yeah, civil defense. Yeah.
Okay. How? Okay, I've heard people who are very unhappy to go into national service. So far, we've had 2 positive views. Let's go back some years. And what was your experience? Were you happy to go?
I think I was quite alright with doing national service. It's just that I was a bit apprehensive about the fact that I wasn't so physically fit. I mean, I don't do a lot of running around. I don't run long distance. In fact, in my younger days, when I tried to do cross country, it was quite disastrous. So in that sense, I was quite apprehensive. But once I get in there, and we are running every day, by the end of my GMT, I mean, running was no sweat anymore. So, I mean, in that sense, it's something positive.
But did you have to disrupt your studies?
Well, it was after A-level, so it wasn't really a disruption. But I guess if you compare to the girls, I mean, they're 2 years ahead. So,
how do you feel?
Well, initially, it's like when I was in first year, they were in third year. So it's like they're the same age, but yet they are already almost graduating, whereas I'm still a freshie, you know. But eventually, I think we all catch up with one another, and that 2 years didn't really make much of a dent, I would say. But initially, it feels like a dent, but eventually it doesn't.
But the experience during your time, I think it was harsher, it was more disciplined and stricter.
Well, I understand, yes. So, I think...
And you took it well?
Well, I think I did all right, you know. I don't think I ever contemplated suicide or something, you know. But it was tough. It was tough going, you know. I don't think I felt very happy at some point with my national service. But by and large, I think it's more like when you look back, it's actually not too bad, you know. And then some of the people I met, I mean, the friends that I have are actually from those days.
After how many years?
Yeah, long time. I think I finished in...
We're not trying to date you, but
no, it's okay.
How long have you kept your friend? 10, 20, 30
Well, I
years?
still have them.
These are your army buddies?
Army buddies, yeah, I still have them. I wouldn't say that I really keep in touch a lot, but certainly, I know we're friends, you know, and that we can meet up every once in a while.
Has it, are they all from your same sort of social group?
Well, A-level, so everyone is an A-level graduate at that
Okay.
time. So in that sense, there were a lot of similarities.
Okay.
So, and I mean, we all speak English. I mean, we're not your Hokkien.
No, but you had the
soldier.
Hokkien Beng, so to speak.
Yeah, we have them,
you didn't mix up with them?
But they became our subordinates because many of us went to section leaders, at the time we were section leaders, and OCS. So when
we have no friends among them.
When we passed out, I think when we passed out of OCS, I think they become our soldiers, right? I think we do get along, although I wouldn't say that we became friends. But certainly it was quite an eye-opener to be able to mix around with people with much less education.